Good day. Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen. So, Bulls versus Heat in the mid to late 90s. Okay. Was pretty intense. They met in the playoffs the first time they met in the playoffs was 1992. Bulls swept. They met again in 1996. Bulls swept, and then Bulls beat them pretty easily in 1997, 4-1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals. If it wasn't for that fight in the Heat-Knicks series, it probably would have been Bulls-Knicks in the 97 Eastern Conference semifinal, 97 Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, but it was the Heat. So, so Michael Jordan has certain opinions on players. Okay, and he had a opinion on Alonzo Mourning when he was playing for the Heat. Michael thought that Alonzo Mourning was mentally weak, particularly against Dennis Rodman when Rodman joined the Bulls. Okay, so MJ saw Zoe as soft and weak mentally versus Rodman. Okay, if you remember in The Last Dance, if you remember what Gary Payton said that Dennis Rodman was the fuck up guy. He would mess everything up for the opposing team, okay? And so, when Rodman was in Detroit, okay, James Worthy talks about this. James Worthy said Dennis would squeeze your butt in Detroit. I kid you not. This is coming from James Worthy. James Worthy said Dennis Rodman would squeeze your butt. Okay, and and I think it was Dennis Rodman who said Rick Mahorn taught him that one. Okay, so yeah, this is really nothing new from Dennis Rodman. Okay, but I already mentioned that the Bulls sweep in '96 and 4-1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals in 1997. Dennis Rodman just got into his head so easily. He just got into Alonzo Mourning's head so easily. That's what I remember. That's what I remember. He got into Alonzo Mourning's head so easily. Okay. Okay. So Mourning and Rodman were sniping at each other pretty good in the 96 playoffs. In the first round. Hold on. Okay. So it was in 1996, and John Sahali said, that's just because he was on the Bulls in 96, him and Rodman. John Sahali said, Dennis Rodman began commenting on Alonzo Mourning's calves. John Sahali said, look at his calves. Got great calves. Look at his calves. Calves are great. How did you get your calves like that? And then Zoe looked at Dennis Rodman and said something like, y'all are sick. Okay. He thought Dennis Rodman was being flirtatious. Those are the mind games that Dennis Rodman would play. Okay. And that's why I think he was perfect for the Bulls, because who else likes to play mind games? Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, they both like to play mind games. So Rodman was perfect for Chicago. Yeah. So in the 1997 playoffs, Mourning's scoring was down nearly 5 points. Okay, he averaged nearly 20 points per game in 1997 during the regular season, but he was down to 15.6 points per game. during the 97 playoffs. Michael went on to say, Dennis gets into Zoe's head now. Zoe is weak in the mind. He has to know how to be tough and overlook those types of things. Zoe is a intimidator, but sometimes the intimidator can be intimidated. The bully can be bullied. Okay? And so, okay. So, just to show you how intense the rivalry, not just the personal rivalry between Mourning and Rodman was, but between Mourning and the Bulls. Alonzo Mourning, if y'all remember, I believe it was Game 5 of the 97 playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals, where Pippen had the ball. Mourning went up, and his elbow came down either on the left side or right side of Pippen and created a huge bump on Pippen's head. Here's how it would happen.
Pippen with the pick. Jordan for three. Pippen off the rebound. Oh, he is fouled. Scottie Pippen was claiming that he's all right, but Dennis Rodman coming over to check out Pippen, who was in pain.
Whoa. Scottie Pippen with a knot on the head on the hard foul by Alonzo Mourning. In the first half, only with one, now with two. The pump fake gets Mourning in the air, and then Mourning coming down hard for the hard foul, making sure trying to come across the arms to prevent Pippen from getting that shot off in a possible three-point play.
After watching that, I think that was 100% intentional by Alonzo Mourning. I think that was 100% intentional. I don't think that was an accident. And after seeing that, I don't think y'all think that was an accident. It wasn't. That looked 100% intentional. Okay. And I just got through saying that Alonzo Mourning, like Michael Jordan thinks Alonzo Mourning is mentally weak against Dennis Rodman. Well, as a result of that, I think we all know MJ takes stuff personally. He takes stuff personally, okay? And he took that elbow to Pippen's head by Mourning personally, because what happened next? In Game 5, he didn't shake hands with Alonzo Mourning at midcourt. The game where the Bulls closed it out, he didn't shake hands with Alonzo Mourning. And I don't think he shook hands with Alonzo Mourning for the rest of his Bulls career. Okay? That's how personal Jordan took it. Okay? That's how personal Jordan took it. Jordan was like, oh, you want to be like that? Okay. Not only am I not going to shake your hand, we are going to kick your ass and kick you out of the playoffs. That's my Michael Jordan for you. So there was a game in 1998, okay, where the Bulls were playing the Heat, okay. And Alonzo Mourning actually thought he can get into Michael Jordan's head, okay. Yeah. Alonzo Mourning thought he could get into Michael Jordan's head. So, it was a regular season game. Alonzo Mourning elbowed Jordan to throw him off his game. Didn't work. I think he elbowed Jordan somewhere in the head or kind of like that, and it didn't work. The Bulls won pretty easily, 106-91. They won the game 106-91. So, Jordan said after the game, he can't get in my head. He'll have to hit me harder than that. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So, Dennis Rodman also had this to say. Dennis Rodman said of Alonzo Mourning, "It doesn't matter what Zoe does. Miami just doesn't have the quality people to knock us off. I told him he's a $17 million punk. He can't intimidate us." And so, I told you Rodman and Mourning were sniping at each other in the 96 playoffs. Had a few run-ins. And they had a few more run-ins in the 97 Eastern Conference Finals. Surprisingly enough, it was Rodman who didn't lose his head, okay? It was Rodman who did not lose his head. I don't know what particular incident it was, but Rodman did not lose his head. Rodman said, "I'm a smart guy. I'm not the guy making 100 million. He's out there trying to poke my eyes out. He's just a young kid. He doesn't know how to play the game of basketball." So, yeah. You remember everybody remembers the Pistons, the bad boys. They were smart right here. The Pistons were smart right here. Okay. And like I said, Dennis Rodman was a perfect fit for Chicago because Phil Jackson played mind games, Michael Jordan played mind games, and Dennis Rodman played mind games. Okay. Now, as a result, they were smarter. The Bulls were smarter right here. The Bulls were smarter right here. Okay. Isaiah Thomas talked about that. Hold on. Oh man. Okay. Can't find it. Dang it. Can't find it. So, anyway, Isaiah Thomas talked about this in the 98 finals during Game 6. You remember the scene. You remember where Rodman and Malone were coming up court. Hopefully I can find that. Hold on. Hopefully I can find that. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. That's it is Rodman for you. That's the type of stuff that Dennis Rodman would do to Alonzo Mourning to get Alonzo Mourning out of his game, and it worked. It 100% worked on Rodman, but Karl Malone was different, and Isaiah Thomas talked about that. Isaiah Thomas said that's Dennis Rodman's way of trying to get in Karl Malone's head. However, Karl Malone is smart enough as a basketball player. He's not going to let that affect him. We may see Dennis Rodman get Alonzo Mourning, a couple of other guys out of their rhythms. Malone understands Dennis Rodman, and he's not going to let that affect him. So, yeah. This is why This is why the Bulls Jazz matchups were some of the best NBA finals, because they were two veteran teams. And it was just two veteran teams, hard-nosed basketball, one competing for a championship. And I think the 1997 series and the 98 series, yeah, I think that's some of the best basketball ever played. Because it was just veteran teams, veteran players, veteran coaches who knew how to play the game. Okay. So, yeah. And you keep wondering why everybody, and people keep wondering why everybody keeps talking about the NBA today. The NBA today is some of the saddest shit on the face of this earth. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Every game is a 3-point shooting contest. Every game today is a 3-point shooting contest. NBA today is some of the saddest shit on the face of this earth. Lord have mercy. Unwatchable. That's what it is. The NBA today. Unwatchable. Anyway, that's it, and that's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace out.